Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a bit and I just wanted to come on here and quickly give you guys a little life update before I get back to posting here on YouTube. I just want to first off say I've missed you guys so much. I don't know the last time that I even recorded a video, so just to get right to the point, I've been dealing with a lot of issues these past few months. This break was not just like, oh, I needed mental clarity or I wanted to leave. I was having some severe issues with my skin yet again. Yeah, really not fun, and it's really discouraging because all I wanted to do was do makeup the whole time. Ever since around Christmas time, I started dealing with psoriasis on my face, and long story short, I've always had psoriasis on the back of my neck, but nowhere else. When I went vegan 3 years ago now, it kind of like went away completely, and I didn't really have to deal with anything. Like, it got better when I went gluten-free like 5 or 6 years ago, and then when I went vegan it like went away. And so I had been like living like free of psoriasis for quite some time, and then right around Christmas it popped up on my face. Not in a good place. That's why I've been so absent from Instagram and all forms of social media. I just didn't want to put out any negativity or even film myself. I was really upset. I went and saw the derm over 10 times. I was on prednisone, which is a steroid. I was on antibiotics specifically for the skin, and nothing really cleared it up. So after thinking it was like some sort of eye infection, because it was around both of my eyes, it was swelling my eyes shut, I realized it was actually psoriasis because it was flaking when I didn't put some ointment on it, but it was burning when I put ointment on it and getting worse, and it was so painful and so itchy. And even right now, this is the first time I've worn makeup since January 15th, and I'm filming this on Tuesday the 12th, and I was only comfortable enough putting on some bronzer and mascara, and then like obviously lip product and eyebrow stuff. So I'm really scared right now, to be honest with you. I've been through a hell of a journey, and it's only been like 2 months, but I feel like it's been 2 years. I had to simplify everything. I had to start over with my skincare, I had to start over with my diet, I had to start over across the board. I've been doing light therapy, celery juice, probiotics galore. I'm now vegan keto. I eat absolutely no sugar, no carbs or starches that come from sugar, which means I'm on one of the most restrictive diets known to man, but that's okay because it's actually been working. I can't thank you guys enough. I did post like a little less than a month ago, just kind of updating you guys on Instagram, and I had so many amazing suggestions. I've just been having my own struggles behind the camera. I'm a real person, I go through real things. Makeup is my passion, it's all I want to do. I have psoriasis around my eyes, or I'm dealing with curing it. It's almost gone, thank God. I couldn't even like get upset anymore because when I would cry it would just burn and hurt, and I was really not in a good place. So imagine being that upset and then you're not even allowed to cry about it because it just makes it worse. I was scared to leave the house. I didn't want to see anyone. I was even ashamed to have my husband or family see me. It's ugh. And it's autoimmune, there's no cure for it. To have my psoriasis come back and to thought I had cured it years ago, it was really not fun, like at all. The dermatologist gave me every cream, wash, ointment, antibiotic, steroid, like I said, that you could think of. I've been doing laser treatments, I've been doing light therapy, so many things that didn't work, a few select things that did. Here I am 2 months later, finally wearing mascara. I threw away like all my makeup because I was scared I had like an infection, and then I realized it was psoriasis, and I was like, wow, just threw away a lot of makeup for no reason. Better to start over a clean slate. I'm wearing the Grande mascara because it's the only thing that I know is good for my lashes, and I kind of borderline trust it right now, and it's a brand new tube, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, yeah, I just want to let you guys know where I was. It's really raw, open video. It's so shitty sometimes. I had one comment in my other video where I talked about my stomach problems. People were like, oh, you're such a hypochondriac. My husband's like the only one who's been around long enough to know that like I genuinely always have something wrong with me, and I hate to even say that because I only put out like positivity, but I can't remember the last time that I didn't have like an ailment of some sort within like a month span. Like, it's just my life, and I try to deal with it as well as I can. I don't have the greatest immune system, and I've always had to do 10 times more than the average person. I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke anything. I don't even eat sugar now. I've been vegan for 3 years, I exercise daily, I take immaculate care of my skin, I live like one of the cleanest lives, I eat all organic. I'm so clean across the board, yet I deal with so many things. If you guys saw the amount of vitamins I take on a daily basis, It's wild. This is not a pity me party. It's just I'm also not being a hypochondriac. Like, I really am dealing with stuff. People's lives can look so glamorous online, but like it hasn't been so glamorous, especially this past year. 2019 has been off to a rocky start, but I'm very optimistic. Anything that life hurls at me, I just try to be graceful about at this point. Just take it as a learning lesson because it's only making me stronger and healthier and better. Then I can share my knowledge with you guys and hopefully help someone who might be going through something similar. You know, the more you go through, nothing can really knock you down in life. So that's just where I'm at mentally and where I'm at physically and how I'm trying to get through things. Yeah, I pray and hope that my eyes continually get better. They have been. I've been keto since February 4th. I'm more inspired than ever. I can't wait to hopefully get back to this as soon as possible. Spring's coming and hopefully I am a healthy little human and I can get back to pumping out content for you guys. Okay, brief intermission. Hey you guys, so I was just editing and I realized that in the past 2 days since I filmed the last clip that you were seeing, a lot has gone down. So I just wanted to quickly add to what I was talking about because I think we finally came to a conclusion of what's causing this. I'm gonna try to keep this really quick. The day that I filmed the video, my skin was great. And I really felt like I was finally figuring out the adjustments in my diet. The vegan keto was working great, and I had really limited what I was eating to know that it wasn't like a food allergy. Well, come to find out, my husband woke up the day after I filmed the clip you just saw, and he had psoriasis on his eye. My husband doesn't have skin problems. He doesn't get skin problems. So when I saw that, my first instinct was, oh my god, it's the water. We had just gotten a new softener on Christmas and his dad helped us install it while everyone was over at the house having like a Christmas dinner. He hadn't bought our typical salts. I have really sensitive skin, so we typically always get this specific kind of salt, right? It's like free and clear something, I don't know, but it's like the one that without all the extra additives and chemicals because I would get folliculitis and different types of rashes from the chemicals they put in regular salts. Long story short, we used his dad's salts because he had an extra bag and we were like, thank you so much, you know, now we can like soften our water because we had been going without a softener. We were like, oh gosh, we have softened water now, our skin's gonna be even more amazing. Well, we go downstairs and we look and like there's like a little bit of salts left in the tank and we're like, okay, well let's get the rest of this out because it must be the salts that's bothering us. We're like, what are the chances? Like, we didn't think of this, we're so dumb. Like, oh my gosh, like we just thought we had found the problem, right? And I wasn't wrong, but I was wrong in thinking it was the salts. We had gotten like a full house filter that he just had been like, didn't really feel like installing. So he spent the whole Valentine's Day installing this filter that goes after the softener so that any remaining salts and also just anything that goes through the softener that's not good for your skin would get filtered out and go through the whole house. We're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have the cleanest water ever. We went to the store and picked up our typical salts. Currently right now our softener is like empty and we're waiting for the rest to go out. This is gonna skip around a bit, but it's gonna make sense. My husband's birthday was the 16th of January and his mom really thought that we needed like a humidifier. It's just like one of those mom things. She was like, you need a humidifier, your house is so dry. We don't have a house humidifier, so she just got us one for like our bedroom, you know, when we're sleeping so that our skin would be a little less dry and like my nose was bleeding and like our house is really dry. So we'd been putting it next to my bed and we had just been filling it with sink water. No big deal, you just fill it up with sink water, plug it in, and it's supposed to be like super clean. It's got like this filter, it's like a Honeywell one, and it's like really nice. We'd only had it and ran it maybe 20 times. My husband normally like will fill it at night and he took the like water tank out to fill it and there was brown water in the bottom. And this is like the same day that we discovered his psoriasis and he had just spent all day focusing on this water filter. And then we look into the filter and it was disgusting. It was like really grody and I start looking up what this could be and all of a sudden it clicked. My husband and I moved into this house that's not a new build by any means, like 4 years ago, and I don't remember what was going on with our hot water heater, not the softener but the heater that heats the water for the whole house, but they ended up taking out this rod that's like called the adenoid, and this might be way too in-depth for some of you guys, but it was completely rusted. Water heaters are just known to like rust from the inside, so it's supposed to kind of like grab all the bacteria and bad stuff, and like that will rust first before the inside of the tank. Most people's water have like calcium bicarbonate in it, or calcium carbonate, and it looks like sand, and when it's in the tank it will kind of settle at the bottom like sediment just from the constant heating. And then once there's a big enough layer, if you don't constantly drain your tank once a year or once every few months, there won't be enough motion for the water in the tank. The still water will create bacteria and microorganisms inside of your hot water heater. That's what was in our humidifier, and like everything started to click. I was like, oh my gosh, our hot water heater is like about to go. And I started looking up, and it's like it is leaking at the bottom, and like it's very old. Point blank, it's our hot water heater. We're saving up to get a tankless, which is really cool because then you don't even have to worry about the bacteria or its sediment or draining it. For the meanwhile, I've been washing my face with a giant bowl I put in our sink with distilled jugs of water. I just pour like some distilled water into the bowl and like wash my face. Just washing my face with bottled water essentially, which is so bougie, but you guys, my eye flared up so bad after my last video and I was freaking out. I was like, I can't even post this. The clips you just saw, my eyes were doing so great, and then the next morning, I don't want to post a clip, but maybe I will to show you guys how bad it was. It was really bad, and I was freaking out because I've been so strict on my diet, and I've been like freaking out for the past few months. Wow, apparently it was my water this whole time, which sucks because it feels like my own house is poisoning me, but I'm so happy to have found the solution that I don't even care. I was breaking out like crazy due to my water, and obviously I can wash my face with like bottled water, but I can't really get around showering. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to make it until we can get this new hot water heater. I'm really excited to have found out what was like poisoning my skin. That no dermatologist could fix and no amount of eating healthy could fix. Should have known better sooner, but it's really frustrating when you're dealing with skin issues. I just wanted to add that because I felt like it was super important, and it was like the pinnacle of the story, and it was missing greatly from this video. Now I feel like my eyes are just going to continue to improve and improve, and for anyone who is dealing with this, definitely check out your water. You can have your water tested. A lot of like Home Depot or like stores like that will actually test your water for free and tell you if there's like bacteria in it or what the pH is. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I'm sorry that I look like this. I was literally about to just like sit down and edit, but I felt like this story was so incomplete without getting on here and telling you guys. I have some videos that I'm going to post that are a little bit older that I just never got around to posting because I started dealing with these issues back in December and I'm finally just gonna post them. So, you know, if my hair color changed or whatever, don't mind it. So stay tuned for my next videos. I'll have a lot of giveaways coming up and good stuff like that, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.